In this video, I'm going to talk about something I call thumb comping, and it's just basically a variation on what we discussed in the previous video, that sort of oompa paddle piano style. And as you recall, that just had two parts to it: the bass in the left hand and the chord in the right hand. The bass on 1 and 3, beats 1 and 3, and the chord on 2 and 4. This adds an extra voice to it, so it's more like a three-part style of accompaniment. And just a quick review of that oompa. We were using "Please Don't Talk About Me When I'm Gone" in the last video. I'll keep doing that in E flat, and as you recall, went something like this. Okay, there's an A section of "Please Don't Talk About Me When I'm Gone." So we just had the bass notes in the left hand and a voice-led chord sequence in the right hand. Okay, so let me just demonstrate what this thumb comping sounds like. I think you'll quickly see where that third part comes in and why it's called thumb comping. And so on. Right, so you hear that extra voice in the middle, which is basically a tenor line, or a tenor voice. It's in the tenor range. And it's not, once you get the hang of it, it's not terribly difficult to do. It could be maybe a little bit tricky at first if you're not used to that kind of finger independence. So what you're basically doing is you're taking the bottom voice of your chord inversion in the right hand, and it's going in the thumb, and you're creating a little line. In school they called this a guide tone line, and it's like a little tenor line that's guiding the harmony of the tune, right? So if that's my E flat chord, this is my G7, going to C7. The third of the E flat moves to the 7th of the G. Thumb goes to the 3rd of the C7. Okay, not a whole lot of skipping around, although you could skip around a little bit, but you want a smooth line, right? And I would practice first, maybe just your right hand, and you're going to be striking the guide tone line or the tenor line on beat 1, or just whenever the chord changes on the downbeats where the chord change. So maybe you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so your thumb has to have it mind of its own, and the rest of the hand has to work on its own and catch beats 2 and 4. So maybe you practice that first and then add your left hand. I'm gonna go all the way through the tune, although I might not necessarily do that all the way throughout a chorus. You should probably have a little bit of variety, but for the sake of showing you how I would get through it, I'll go all the way through the song. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. said, you want to have some variety. So, maybe you try doing that just on the bridge and just do the band piano or the paddle piano for the A sections. Let me give you a little idea of what that is. Say we're going from the second A into the bridge. Dropping a few more in there. You could embellish it a little bit. Maybe, let's see. Extra beat here and there. Things like that. You don't have to go crazy with it, and you also don't have to do that at all if you don't want to. But I would say don't overdo it, but here and there could be nice. And then, of course, once we get into more of a two-handed style of accompaniment, meaning your left hand is doing all of the stride, is free to play other things. This could be a really nice something different to do that is what's the word I'm looking for? Just providing some variety, and you could do this for one soloist or for part of accompanying a soloist for part of their chorus, and then when the next horn player comes in, maybe it's more appropriate to lift the excitement and go to the two-handed style. So this is just one tool in your toolbox to use, especially for variety's sake. Maybe there are some instruments that it's less appropriate to use for, particularly one where that line falls in its range, like a trombone. Trombone's role in the band is to outline those sort of tenor lines. So maybe not when he's soloing, or if you hear the trombones very active in ensemble playing, maybe you don't do that because you'll be stepping on his feet. Okay, I think that pretty much covers it.